And we're going to come down to the walk, please. Drivers down to the walk. And moving back at the trot now. Moving back at the trot, please. Starting with the Clark entry, we will be lining up these 3 entries. Now our remaining 2 groups will have more entries, balancing out with 3 different divisions. And we have 3 powerful entries in the arena. Let's make them feel welcome in our unicorn class. Again, this is the first of 3 different divisions. In order to showcase our youth classes earlier this morning in our youth seminar, we did have to stretch it out to get our entire youth division done, but what a class that was. We have 112 youth entries here, youth exhibitors. So honoring them earlier today, it was well worth moving our schedule. In front of us now, the first of 3 divisions for the Unicorn Hitch. All right, we are going to be opening our gates. Myron going to be making his way out to the right, excusing these entries. Yoder Sand and Gravel all the way from Stevensville, Montana, making their way out first. Your local team right here from the state of Minnesota, the Pittman Perch Runs. And Clark Family Orchards joining us from Colorado, making their way out next. As soon as they have safely made it out of the walkway area, we are going to be sending in our next division. Heat number 2 making their way in, the Pickering entry making their way in, representing Prince George, British Columbia, with Tim Sparrow. Mr. Brad Schreiber making his way in with the Schreiber Percherons. Mr. Brian Coleman piloting the Strawberry Lane Percherons, representing Didsbury, Alberta, Canada. We are welcoming the Barsh Percherons in from Plainview, Minnesota. We are welcoming Mr. Travis Shaw into the arena with the entry of the Ames Percherons. This is your second division on the rail at the Trot Drivers. We are going to be reversing with the Pickering entry. Reversing with the Pickering entry. And we're going to come down to the walk, please. Drivers, bring your entries down to the walk. Moving back into the trot, all trot on. And Tim is going to be lining up as he makes his way around. Tim's going to start our lineup with the Pickering entry. Heat number 2, making it in the arena. Would you give them a nice round of applause? As before, our judge going to be reviewing all of these entries in the lineup. Even with the multiple hitch with the Unicorn, asking our drivers to back their entries. This is where that very keen lead horse comes into play. Our driver going to pull everything back steadily. That lead horse is going to step back upon command, not going back too fast or not refusing to back. Everything should be a nice, steady, smooth back together. We do have one more section, one more group that will come in for our final judging. In this class, we would like to thank Renovo for sponsoring our class. If you've not had a chance to go visit Ginger and all of the good folks at Renova, they are lined up as a display, and we appreciate their support. New to our Percheron industry, Renovo, our class sponsor. We are going to open the gates, and starting with Travis, we'll be making our way out to your right, Ames Percherons making their way out first, Jordan, Minnesota. Barsh Percherons making their way out next, joining us from Plainview, Minnesota. Strawberry Lane Percherons representing Didsbury, Alberta, Canada, with Brian Coleman. The Schreiber Brothers entry from Plainview, Minnesota, with Brad exhibiting. And our final entry will be the ZD Pickering entry. They represent British Columbia, Canada, with Mr. Tim Sparrow. All right, again, as soon as they are safely cleared out of the way, we're going to bring in our third and final division. All right, we are going to be welcoming from Illinois the Gray Thunder Percherons. That is the Wilcox family with Josh exhibiting. Double S Percherons making the trip from Missouri with Mr. Jamie Sparrow exhibiting. Red Oak Farms representing Canada with Mr. Wishy Bush joining us from Quebec. Beisel Brothers Percherons making their way in next from Wisconsin. Flat Rock Draft Horses, the Rowe brothers making the trip from Ohio. And our final entry in this division, joining us from Ontario, Canada, it is the Wilson Farms with Myron. We're going to close the gate, put them on the rail at the trot, please. On the rail at the trot. The Gray Thunder entry going to be starting our reverse with Josh. We're going to space you out on the rail and bring you to the walk, please. All moving down to the walk now, at the walk. And moving now back at the trot, moving at the trot. And a news flash, we have one more heat. We are going to see one more heat to our unicorns. But right now, putting everybody at the trot. Gray Thunder is going to start our lineup. When they make their way around, Gray Thunder will be starting our lineup. Give a nice round of applause for our division in the arena now, featuring our unicorn. As we look out across the arena, we talk about this being an international show, and just this division alone, we see the great distances that these good folks have traveled to be a part of our show. First in the lineup is the entry of Gray Thunder. They make the trip from Illinois. Double S Percherons next in the lineup, making their way from the Show Me State of Missouri. Team Canada is in the house with Mr. Wishy Bush and the Red Oak entry. They represent the province of Quebec. Beisel Brother Percherons making their way from Wisconsin. Flat Rock Draft Horses, the Rowe brothers making the trip from Ohio. And our final entry, Team Canada, once again, as we welcome the Wilson Farms representing Ontario. As I said, we did have more additions to this class. We are going to have one more heat. So our judge, Mr. Rob Gardner, again, making notes, reviewing these entries, and one more section will be coming in. Right, we are opening the gates starting with the Wilson entry. We will be dismissing. Myron going to be going out to your right, please. It's looking like a total of 24 entries in our unicorn class. Once again, Renovo, our class sponsor. And our final heat now making their way in. All the way from the east coast of New Hampshire, we are welcoming White Mountain Percherons, Justin exhibiting. From Indiana, Dutch Country Organics with Mark Hostetler. From Wisconsin, we're welcoming Breezy Hill Thunder, Maya exhibiting. Red Oak Farms Team USA with Mr. Jason Hansberger. All moving at the trot, please. All moving at the trot. White Mountain Percherons will be starting our reverse. Down to the walk, please. Down to the walk. And moving back at the trot. All trot, please. This is their final lap. Make sure to cheer on your favorite. We are welcoming our final division to start making their way to the lineup with the White Mountain Perch Run entry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as they all make their way into the lineup, a nice round of applause for our final division. Renovo is proud to support our World Perch Run Congress. Renovo is helping veterinarians care for horses with advanced regenerative technology designed to support the body's natural healing progress. One of the things veterinarians appreciate most about Renovo is the consistency. Unlike some treatments that must be collected from the individual horse and can vary from patient to patient, Renovo is ready when needed and provides a more dependable product every time. We do want to thank for the first time our supporter, Renovo, our class sponsor. All right, our exhibitors have done their homework. They have all had successful drives here in the Coliseum. It is now up to our judge. He is going to decide of these 20, is he going to have a drive off, and how many will be marking his card and making his final decision. But throughout the day, we do mention each and every one of our sponsors, and we want to say without those sponsorships and their money and their contributions, our show would not be possible. We'd also like to introduce and thank Beachy Farms Perch Runs, Blackmore Farms, Leonard and Lauren Beachy and families. They are a multi-generational horse family striving to promote, maintain, and enhance the Perch Run breed. Recently, they sold Calmo Ozzy's Oscar and Beachy Farms Hold My Pepsi, setting new records and setting the bar high. Beachy Farms raises, breeds, buys, and sells top-quality Perch Run horses, striving to be the premier stopping place for all your future champions. Blackmore Farms, specializing in training, prepping, and marketing multiple breeds. Thank you for your sponsorship. We're going to start with Team USA. Mr. Jason Hansberger going to make his way out to the right. We're going to dismiss this section, and we will find our drive-off contenders. Ladies and gentlemen, again, representing Red Oak Farms USA, Mr. Jason Hansberger. Next, we have Breezy Hill Thunder joining us from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Maya Wiltoy's doing the driving. Dutch Country Organics making the trip from Middlebury, Indiana with Mark Hostetler. And all the way from the East Coast, we're welcoming the White Mountain Perch Runs. That is Mr. Justin Hussey doing the driving from New Hampshire. Again, our great crew out back waiting to get those callback numbers so they can determine who will be coming back in. We're going to continue with our unicorn class. Then we'll have our open amateur team, and then we'll prepare for our opening ceremonies for the 5 o'clock show. Tonight, the class is going to include our mare 6-horse hitch. We're going to introduce you to our Supreme Halter Horse Champion. We'll introduce you to our Best Shot Halter Horse. Then we're going to see the Pee-wee cart, those entries 9 and under. And then we'll end with our gelding 4-horse hitch. So quite an evening yet for us as we crown the champions of the 2026 World Percheron Congress. Continuing to recognize our sponsors, special thank you to gold sponsor Hunting Creek Farms. Hunter Construction Group has provided turnkey site infrastructure packages to North and South Carolina since 1993. Hunting Creek Farms include cash crops, Black Angus cattle, American Brahma cattle, and of course the Percherons. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Hunting Creek Farms. All right, we have 5 entries that will be coming back for our drive-off. 5 entries. Let's hope your favorite has made the drive-off. We are ready to see 5 entries. We do have a bottle of water over here, Merv, inside the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our drive-off contenders. Your first entry making their way in all the way from Stevensville, Montana. We are welcoming the Yoder Sand and Gravel entry. Myron on the lines. Our drive-off is your local team from Jordan, Minnesota. It is the Ames Percherons. Team Canada with the Wilson Farms representing Ontario. We're staying in Canada with Quebec, Canada, the Red Oak Farms with Wishy Bush. And your final entry in the drive-off all the way from New Hampshire, we're welcoming the White Mountain Percherons, Mr. Justin Hussey. On the rail at the trot, this is your drive-off. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. These are your top 5. All right, we are going to reverse on the far end with Yoder Gravel. So we're going to reverse on the far end. Myron, as soon as you make that turn, you're going to be reversing on the far side. Giving our judge a new look. Here they come, making that reverse, starting with the Yoder Sand and Gravel entry. They are on their final lap. Let's make some noise as they make their way into the lineup. When you come around with the Yoder Gravel, we will be lining up. Again, we are going to be lining up when you get down to Merv's direction. Drivers coming in, as always, nice and tight. We're going to be bringing all 20 entries back in. In tight, drivers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was fast-paced, a great division. Let's give them a nice round of applause as we welcome our finalists into the arena. Our judge, Mr. Rob Gardner, making his final decisions. It will be a feat to get all 20 back in, but we are going to be opening the gates and we are going to start sending back in those remaining hitches. 15 more to come in. Again, a special thank you going out to our class sponsor, Renovo. We do want to thank Ginger and her great crew being on display here at our World Percheron Congress and coming on board as a sponsor. Continuing to recognize our sponsors, a special thank you going to Oak Ridge Equine Hospital, located in Edmond, Oklahoma. It is a full-service veterinary facility serving the central United States, which specializes in surgery, lameness, diagnostic imaging, internal medicine. Their staff includes 5 board equine surgeon and 1 boarded internist. They provide state-of-the-art equine diagnostic imaging and a multitude of therapies to maintain your horse at optimal performance. Oak Ridge Equine Hospital, thank you so much for sponsoring. Also, a special thank you going out to Waverly Midwest Sale. For nearly 80 years, the Waverly Sales Company has been a cornerstone of the draft horse industry and a gathering place for horsemen from across North America. Established in 1947 in Waverly, the company began as a modest local auction and has grown into one of the nation's premier draft horse marketplace, hosting acclaimed spring and fall horse sales that attract buyers, sellers, breeders, and enthusiasts from all around the world. Again, we would like to thank Waverly Midwest Horse Sale. In 2024, their leadership transitioned to auctioneer Leon Martin, whose background in the horse and carriage industry, and it complemented to the traditional values that had already been established. The Waverly Sales Company continues its mission of promoting quality horses, building lasting relationships, and preserving the heritage and usefulness of the draft horse for generations to come. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our class sponsor, Renovo, we'd like to award your class drivers, if you would go out to your left for the awards. Our 15th position today going to entry number 4030. That is Breezy Hill Thunder. They are joining us from Wisconsin. Maya, the owner and the driver. Nice job. Nice to see our ladies out there. In 14th position today will be entry number 2849, Dutch Country Organics, making the trip from Middlebury, Indiana, Mr. Mark Hostetler, the manager and driver. '13th today will go to number 1377, the Pittman Percherons, joining us from Claremont, Minnesota. Mr. Mark Pittman doing the driving. In 12th place today, entry number 1871, the entry of the Clark Family Orchards. Making the trip from Colorado, Scott Banga doing the driving. In 11th place, entry number 2698, that is the entry of Strawberry Lane Pertrons. Mr. Brian Coleman of Didsbury, Alberta, our driver for our 11th place entry. We're now going to be moving into our top 10. In 10th place today, entry number 3555, that is the Flat Rock Draft Horses. Joining us from Bellevue, Ohio, Mr. Greg Rowe exhibiting. Again, our ribbon starting at 10th place. We are welcoming our visiting royalty, Miss Bethany and Jada Lynn, making their way into the arena. Our awards start at your top 10, and that 10th place coming around now is the entry of the Flat Rock Draft Horses. 9th place today going to number 1384, the entry of the Schreiber Percherons. Mr. Brad Schreiber doing the driving. In 8th place today, entry number 1506, that is the entry of the ZD Pickering Family Farm, representing Prince George, British Columbia, Mr. Tim Sparrow exhibiting. In 7th place, number 1485, the entry of Gray Thunder Percherons, making the trip from Mokina, Illinois. That is the Wilcox family with Josh exhibiting. Our Dapple Grays making their way out in 7th place. In 6th place today, the award is going to go to number 1375. That is Red Oak Farms USA with Mr. Jason Hansberger. Our drive-off contenders now in the arena. In 5th place, number 1262. That is the White Mountain Percherons. Joining us from North Conway, New Hampshire, Mr. Justin Hussey doing the driving. His daughter Allie at his side. Following on Facebook, Justin said that is the best part of the Congress, getting to ride shotgun with his daughter at his side, and they're making the trip all the way from the far East Coast. We appreciate them coming. In 4th place, entry number 2442. That is the entry of Red Oak Farms Canada. Mr. Wishy Bush, the owner and the driver, representing Quebec. And you do hear that right. Red Oak Farms has 2 complete hitches here, hooking in the 8, the 6, all of our classes, 2 complete hitches. In 3rd place today, the award is going to go to number 1254, your local team from Jordan, Minnesota. It is the entry of the Ames Percherons. They are the equine ambassadors for the Ames Construction. Mr. Travis Shaw doing the driving. Two entries left in the arena, one representing Canada, one representing Western USA. Your reserve world champion today is entry 2404, the Yoder Sand and Gravel from Stevensville, Montana. Mr. Myron Yoder, his new wife, spending their honeymoon weeks at the World Perchering Congress. Congratulations, turning around at that tight turn back there, making their way around for your reserve world championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your world champion in the Unicorn division. Our congratulations going out to Team Canada, all the way back to Ontario with the entry of the Wilson Farms. Great job by the Wilson entry. Making their way around, we are again honoring as your new world champion in the Unicorn division on behalf of our sponsor, Renovo. Myron piloting your world champion Unicorn hitch. Looks like we're going to have some shotgun riders out there. Oh, we're going to get right in the picture too. There's no shy bone in those kids. All right, we are going to promote the next generation. We're going to fill the seat. Oakley's going to make her final steps up there. Hope she don't try to take the lines. Ladies and gentlemen, they are now your world champion. Congratulations to the Wilson Farms. Joining us from Ontario, Canada, Mr. Myron doing the driving. Myron, nice job and congratulations. They are making the turn on that championship drive as they head out of the arena. Congratulations to Myron doing the driving for Wilson Farms, your world champion Gelding Unicorn.